Terrorist groups do not have addresses all over the world like Ipob. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer refutes terror claims. Welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel. According to the lawyer, the Pure Biafra group has fixed addresses in countries around the world. Now the news in detail. A lawyer, Jimako Special Counsel for the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, Nnamdi Kanu, has said it is not a crime to demand self-determination, as it is a way to create new countries. The lawyer also disclosed that Ipob is neither a terrorist nor a violent group, adding that a terrorist organization does not have addresses across the world. According to the lawyer, the pro-Biafra group has fixed addresses in countries around the world. Ejimako disclosed this via his Twitter page at Aloy Ejimako on Sunday. Kanu is facing charges of treasonable felony and terrorism leveled against him by the Nigerian government. His lawyers, including Ejimako, have told journalists several times that Kanu was abducted in Kenya and illegally extradited to Nigeria, saying it has made it lawless for President Muhammad Buhari's regime to prosecute him. The Ipob by defense is not a terrorist group. It is not also a violent group. It is not a crime to desire a separate country. That is how new nations are created. Terrorist groups do not have fixed and open addresses. Ipob has fixed and open addresses in many countries of the world, Ejimako tweeted. Reacting to his Twitter, a pure Biafra agitator, R1Щ녕 Š, said she registered Ipob in Israel. Of course. Yes, totally correct. Totally correct. You cannot accuse someone of terrorism and the person is that is, oh my God. Terrorists are known to hide. They are not visible. In fact, before you even get their contacts, you know the kind of rigorous, investigation, very secret one undercover before you can get them. They are not open. You cannot target them anyhow because this many they are here. Before you know that particular one, if you notice that it has now been noticed, they disappear without a single trace. Those are how terrorists operate. Those that really mean the terrorism. That is how they operate. And they are hidden. They are not seen. That is the truth. Now I keep asking, how is it a crime to come out and say that because these people are not treating us well, these people are not treating us well, let us go. That is what these people want. Now, we are not formally saying this before. Let this administration be truthful. They were not like this before. What happened? All of a sudden, they left justice, fairness, and equity and turned and said, okay, enough is enough. That is it. So, does it mean that the government cannot go back to history? Oh, I keep saying, they would tell us why they removed history from schools. In fact, the history they removed from school is making things a lot more difficult. You do not know who to believe, but if history was present, I tell you, it is going to be lovely. You can just go back and verify facts, so that when you're speaking from a place of facts, not things that were already told to you, and you just believe it, and that is it. These people have rights, right? They have rights, and it is enshrined in the Constitution. Except the government will come and tell us that the Constitution is no longer available, that it has been scrapped, and a new one is now the one they are using. And in that particular Constitution, there is no fundamental human right. And of course, if they say it to these particular people, they should be ready to say it to all people, because a lot is going on. A lot is going on. The same laws. A lot is going on, because it is as if these fundamental human rights, they do not exist. But when some issues come up, all of a sudden, everybody is shouting, fundamental rights, constitution, it is unconstitutional. That is what is happening. These fundamental human rights that the NSAS protesters, it was clearly, it is still there. Our constitution was amended only in 1999. 1999. Oh. It is not that they amended it recently. This fundamental civil rights, they are there. End such protesters. They came out and say, oh, police brutality. They are killing us. They are brutalizing us. They are dehumanizing us. Those rights were there. Nobody came out to say, it is true. These things, all of a sudden, in some things in this country, in this particular country, that is why I said some news article and some speeches, they scream prejudice, tribalism, ethnicism, sincerely. That is what, when you look at them and you read where the angle this person is coming from, you're like, no, now. And yet, some of these particular laws, all of a sudden, when another person wants to use them, when the lay ordinary Nigerian citizen wants to use them, the law disappears. You don't see the law. You do not know the law. You keep asking yourself what exactly is going on. The law ceases not to be existing, or rather, it only exists on pen and paper. And you start asking yourself, but on this occasion, the law was still there. It was still there. They twist the law as they will. This administration, they want to twist the law. They do it. Recently, we heard how a particular judge house was raided. Just like that somebody saw and somebody reported, and that was it. A judge, a sitting judge. I mean, what is really going on? And nobody would talk that, these things are laws. No. All of a sudden, if it gets to some particular places, that is one out of so many. Recently, there's a case between herders and people of citizens of the Kwara State. That is another side. Now, this fundamental law that has not, that it seems to not be in existence in Nigeria, all of a sudden, they're now saying, these herders, they have fundamental human rights, they can move out. When it is clearly, these people, some of them, yes, we are not going to generalize, some of them go as far as damaging people's crops. You do not know how the farmer got the money to invest in that particular, whether he went to borrow, whether he took loan and invested in that particular farmland. And is waiting for it to produce so he can sell and repay. And at least